In this video, we are looking at the Enneagram Type 3 and the Enneagram Type 6. The Type 3s are sometimes known as the achiever, maybe the performer, maybe the chameleon, and we have our Type 6s who you might have referred to as the loyalist, the troubleshooter, the skeptic, maybe even the guardian. And while there are some key differences, and we're going to get into those today in this video, there are some overlap, there are some similarities. And one of the reasons for doing this video is that this year, especially in my own personal experience working with clients and teams and workshops, this has been one of those matchups that have come up time and time again and adding some confusion to, am I this or am I this? And so I thought I'll be able to send this video to those workshop attendees, and then hopefully it gives you some additional clarity and insight into which type might end up being your dominant Enneagram type. At the end of the day, the thing that makes a 3 a 3 and a 6 a 6 is that core motive. And for a 3, it's their striving to feel outstanding. Having a successful image, looking successful is really important to the Type 3. Avoiding failure, avoiding especially looking like a failure is something that they will motivate them to kind of run away from certain things. That's what they're running away from at the end of the day. Now, our Type 6s are striving to feel safe and secure. And so they are looking for safety, security, even support, potentially in a group, a set of beliefs, some type of authority figure. And then the thing that they're looking to avoid or running away from is anything that would leave them kind of out on their own, unsupported, unsafe, insecure in any type of way. And so when that still isn't clear though, there are some differences that we can get into. Do you enjoy getting to the result more, or the planning of how you're going to get to the result? Which energizes you more? And you might say, oh, I get energy, I enjoy both. But if you really had to pick which one is going to give you more energy and be more fun or enjoyable for you, the results or the planning to get to the results. A 3 is going to really love that end goal. They're going to love to be able to check it off their list, to make it happen, just to do it, so that they can then move on to the next accomplishment. Whereas a 6, especially being in that planning head center, is going to enjoy the planning, the thinking, the analyzing of the process to get to that result. So that is a great thing to reflect on. Which one do you prefer and get more energy from? The other one that I'm looking at my notes down here that comes up is a reflection around feelings, and specifically feelings around anxiety. So for a 3, even though they are in that heart center of intelligence, they are the middle type in that one, which tends to mean they're repressed in that particular center of intelligence, feelings. And so it's not that they don't have feelings, it's just because they are so focused on the goal, that result, they tend to push feelings, both of themselves and of others, to the side, sometimes with the intention of coming back to them. It doesn't always happen later when there's more time, but they will kind of just push them to the side and not allow themselves to feel those feelings. Whereas a 6 is going to have more intense feelings, specifically around worry and anxiety. And this one, all 3 subtypes, all three flavors of the 6 will experience this despite how they might be presenting on the outside. But they're going to have a little bit more and be a little bit more emotionally and feelings intense because they're also allowing their minds to kind of think and worry and what if this happens, what if that happens. So that could also be a helpful clue. And being honest with yourself. How do you really handle feelings, specifically when it comes to worry and anxiety? And then the last one to think about is when you are planning for something, do you tend to have a really just a focus on being efficient and effective and just creating one plan that you know is going to take you from point A to point B, ideally in the quickest way possible? Or do you like to come up with a couple different plans? You just don't know what might happen. You don't know what you might need. Something might block the road of one of the paths. And so your ideal planning strategy is to develop multiple pathways to achieve that result or get to that goal. Our type 3s, you probably already guessed, are going to tend to be more focused on that one singular path. Let's get there efficiently, effectively, quickly, ideally. So again, we can move on to the next result, achieve the next goal. Whereas the 6 tends to plan for worst case scenarios, has a lot of contingency plans sometimes. And so they're thinking, well, I could do this or we could do this. And neither one is better or worse or good or bad. I think there's, in this particular case especially, there is a place for both of those things, both of those type of planning methods to be used. But that will hopefully offer some additional clues. If you happen to already know you are a 3 or a 6, I would love to hear from you in the comments as to what helped you decide which type you were, narrow it down. And then if you have additional questions or got any ahas from this video that helped you clarify, I would also love to hear from you in the comments. Selfishly, I enjoy hearing from you. And then also in these type of this or that videos, there have been some really insightful personal experience that people have shared in the comments that have helped other viewers and people who dig into the comments. So I love to hear from you, but it's also helpful for others who stumble on this video. So definitely share below. I appreciate you being here. If you happen to be with a team, an organization that is looking to bring in the Enneagram, I would love to learn more about you, your team, your organization, share a little bit more about what we do here at Enneagram MBA, and see if it makes sense to connect further on potentially bringing the Enneagram and all of its incredible benefits to your team or organization. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in another one.